Hello, everyone, and I'm glad if you're taking just a few minutes to listen to this quick presentation. My name is Brittany Scheffler. I have my own conservation kind of outreach platform that I use called Why Should You Care? It's at whyshouldyoukare.org, but I have recently been working a little more hands-on in animal adoption with local shelters, a couple of different organizations and nonprofits, and I've seen some needs that are kind of similar across the board. And so I wanted to just kind of take some of my own time and an initiative to see kind of how I can help you guys. And maybe this isn't for everyone, but I think if you are in the nonprofit animal rescue shelter advocacy world, there's probably a good chance that you work with other shelters or rescues or educational groups and so forth, or even volunteers and staff. So I came across this really cool platform called Notion, and it's just a web-based platform, and I wanted to take a few minutes just to share it briefly with you guys. I'm also a board member on Friends of Long Beach Animals. We're an educational kind of outreach group and advocacy based in Southern California. But this is kind of something I did on my own doing, so nothing is tied to them directly. This is just something I wanted to share with you guys if you're interested in. So I'm going to get started real quick, and I'm going to try to go through this as quickly but efficiently as possible. Again, I'm not an expert in this, but I do believe it's very easy to use. And if I was running my own nonprofit with different shelters and rescues and members involved, I would definitely be using this. So it's called Notion, like I said, and let's talk about what that means. So a few observed challenges in animal organizations are facing that I've noticed, and maybe you could agree or disagree, and these are just a few. Lack of communication with partners, lack of teamwork amongst partners, internal organizational frustrations, and an overabundance of animals that constantly need to be helped or adopted or rescued or transported. So if you can agree with any one or a few of those, then this might be a good thing for you to listen to. So how can Notion help? And I'm going to go through these slides and talk about Notion, and then I'm going to actually pull it up really quickly and show you one that I've created so you can kind of see for yourself. So how Notion can help. The first problem we discussed was lack of communication with partners. So this could be a partner, meaning another rescue organization you work with other employees, with other divisions of your organization, with staff, with outside rescue groups, whatever that means. So Notion can essentially provide a central brain where all partners or groups or staffs or volunteers, whoever you want, can be clear on each other's roles and up to date on current projects, outreaches, and events. The options are endless, but I'm just going to show you a few I came up with. Each member on Notion or partner, however you want to call them, so say it's you, your organization, you're in charge of, and then maybe you have another organization that you work, excuse me, closely with, maybe a few of those. So each of you could have an individual page, and I'll show you what that means in a moment, where you can post your own relevant information about your work or needs. All other team members that are on this Notion that you decide who's on it can view what you put out and stay up to date with it. What's neat is that they can view it, but they can't edit it. So every person has their independence, or every organization, but you can also share with each other. So you can view each other's and you can edit your own, but you can't edit each other's. So lack of teamwork amongst partners. So it establishes a new approach towards working together and helping each other's initiatives. Of course, I think you could agree, and this is my experience, that if the more we're able to help each other, the more animals that can potentially be saved, the more organization, the more networking. And we all know that in rescue work and animal wellness, right? A big part of it is who you know and how you're talking to them and how efficiently initiatives are kind of being run. So this is a great way to help with that. So Notion can create a platform where all team members are united, essentially, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. This can help with a new mindset psychologically, right? Because I also see a lot of frustrations exist with division within not only one nonprofit, but relationships between nonprofits, right? Who are trying to help in these stressful situations. So it can help establish a new mindset, a new approach, and awareness for each other's work. A lot of times we're in our own bubble sometimes, so it's hard to understand what other people are doing or how we can come together to efficiently all work towards the same goal. And at the end of the day, there's power in numbers. So this is just kind of one other way. It can also instill a new sense of helpfulness and approachability. This can translate into more focused efforts to increase public engagement, which is obviously a goal, and overall animal wellness. Okay, so I'm going to show you again, hang tight. We just got like 2 more slides of these examples. And if you hear my cat crying, I'm sorry, he is locked out for this presentation. Internal organizational frustration. So it creates a new platform for cohesion and ease of information gathering. So this can help even if you don't want to bring in other outside organizations, you can use Notion for just your team. And it helps everyone stay up to date without having to send a million text messages or WhatsApps or whatever that might look like. You guys could have a once a month meeting on certain things or twice a month, whatever you want, but it's all there. So the platform provides a helpful tool from a group approach, but also for individual members. So not only can it help you guys as a group if you choose to go that way, but it could also help just individual members. So whoever you want involved in this organizational platform, it can help you guys just come together. Also, specifically, it can help with what I've designed it for, increasing social media awareness and fundraising initiatives. So we all know, right, the advocacy, social media awareness, getting the message out is a huge part of animal wellness, animal rescue, and so forth. So each team member, what's cool on Notion, can keep track of their own social media efforts and make pre-made posts for people to easily share. So you don't have to be one person kind of running the boat all the time, but also be able to share those with your volunteers and influencers. So that's really cool because say you've got a couple influencers that really support your work, or volunteers that are like, how can I help? Well, you can literally send them a link to a page where pre-made posts with captions are created. They can copy and paste or screenshot, whatever that is for them, and reshare it. So it's like a one-stop shop and it saves a lot of time. Additionally, I've created a meeting notes and a tasks section in the Notion that I'm going to show you in a second. So this is just something, if you do have those meetings or you have tasks you want to do, you can just keep it there and everyone can look at it and everyone's on the same page. So there's not any, after a meeting, I'll send out the notes or, what do I do? I forgot what we talked about. It's all there. So also animals that need to be adopted. This is obviously, or, helped in a shelter or rescue groups, whatever that is. So that sharing of those important social media posts from a team's perspective can help with that community support. So together on Notion, you and your team, or just you and your nonprofit, those that you work with, can share with each other fundraising and animal adoption updates. So you can decide whether to work as a team or to promote one overall cause. So say you've got you and 4 other rescue groups or nonprofits that you're on the same Notion page. You guys are deciding to work as a team on some things. You could say, okay, this month we're going to support Kitty Cat Paws. And so they really need a new, 5 new kennels or whatever that means. Or, then we could work together as a team to promote that, whatever that looks like on social media, in a fundraising event. Or you could decide, okay, cool, we don't really have any group effort things, but here's what we're working on. And so if you guys know any way to help or whatever, it's all out there. So either way, everyone can be aware of what's going on. And yeah. So last little slide here. So I like to include success stories and outside help because I've seen a lot of negativity. I've seen a lot of sadness. I've seen a lot of compassion fatigue. I've seen a lot of people not really able to get up back on their feet because they're so overrun by the inevitable continual wave of sadness, right, that we're dealing with. So there's a section you can put success stories to help increase team morale, to promote positivity, hard work, compassion, and energy. And then I think something I've noticed that's really important is organization as far as outside organizations, right? So often I've seen in the little bit I've worked in nonprofits of, does anyone know who can help with this? Or we need to get this amount of money for this. Or is there a vet that can do this? Or is there anyone that wants to adopt, this? Or we need a rescue to come in to take this animal out of the shelter before it can be adopted. So what you could do in Notion is keep a running tab of resources. So if you've got a couple rescue groups that you reach out to, or shelters or vets, you can literally keep their info right there. So instead of panic mode, which is constantly how I notice a lot of these times are functioned from, it could be a little more organized. So I'm going to explain really quickly. I'll come back to pricing because it'll help me once I explain it to you. It's $10 a month per member, essentially. So if you're a nonprofit and then say you have 4 others that want to jump on this that you work closely with, or your rescues, so it'd be $40 a month, $10 per member. And members can edit the pages and have different permission settings, and then free for guests. So say you guys are like, we want a social media page that we can share with volunteers. That's free. You can send them the link, they can access that, and they can't see anything else. So you can set those privacy settings. So I'm going to show you really quick. I just want to say thanks for listening. I hope this helps any of you come together with more ease, clarity, momentum, and joy for the life-saving work you do. So now I'm going to show you exactly really quick what Notion looks like. So this is a Notion that I created for kind of a few different organizations that I have been involved with or noticed working together. So again, this is just hypothetical. Your Notion page can look like whatever you want. So it's essentially a web-based platform. It's literally notion.com. It's a teamwork page, and you create all this, and it is easy. Let me tell you, it's not hard. I created all this pretty quickly, and I'm not super computer savvy, but it's just almost like having a Pages document open on your computer. So for example, this is the home page. So you can create additional little pages. All you do is click. You can add plus, you can add text, page, to-do list, whatever. It's very easy. So here's a few that I have. I just created this for our mission from when I was working specifically with FOLBA and Long Beach Animal Care Shelter and some other organizations. So you could create your mission, your vision, your values. So this could be very specific to whatever you do or your team does. Okay. So if we look on the left here where my pointer is, these would be considered LBACs, FOLBA, Little Lion. They would be considered members. So essentially they would pay the $10 a month, or someone would pay the $10 a month for each of them. And then they would have the ability to edit their pages and to view other pages. Okay. So, but to have goals is always right. Good organization. So I just created on the homepage our mission, and this is what we would use Notion for. It's not going to solve every issue in the book we're facing, but it's going to help. And then how to use this site. Again, this is just I created for the members that would be on this page. They could very easily go and look. It's kind of what we went over already in the slideshow, so I'm not going to go into detail, but you could put directions and expectations of why we're using this, and you could work together as a team to come up with these. So anyway, that would be a homepage. You can add cute little photos, whatever you want, very easy. This would be like a members page. So for example, this was one I created for Long Beach Animal Care Services. Very basic. You could keep contacts if you want. You could store upcoming events. You could make a list of red listed dogs. So say you have other organizations that are on this page helping, they could go and say, what animals are red listed? Can we help them right now? Is there something we could do? It's just, again, a platform for knowledge. You can keep volunteer contacts. You could keep scheduling. You could keep ideas, whatever you want. This is kind of like your diary, your organizational structure for the benefit of your work and the teams. So this would be FOLBA's, Friends of Long Beach Animals. Again, you could have anything, contacts, upcoming events. You could keep a list of influencer handles if you want to just copy and paste those ever. And again, it's as easy as clicking and adding. You can add a table, you can add whatever you want. So there's another example, Little Lions. So these are all their pages. And then from there, you could do additional, this is a section I created, additional team data. So say this is team LBACs, FOLBA, and Little Lion. So if we wanted to keep group and individual social media posts, this is a place we could easily do that. If we are trying to work together 1 month to push a same fundraising event or goal, or if we wanted to just have our own. So if you click this, group and individual social media posts. So I have a section labeled group. So it's very easy. You could put, if these are just fillers, you could fill in, these are our group posts for the month. Share these with your volunteers, share them among your groups, whatever it is. You click it and boom, there's the picture. Here's the caption. You can copy and paste and text it to yourself. You could screenshot it. You can download the photo, whatever you want to do. And then you could also have your own individuals. So say we're like, okay, cool, we want to work together sometimes, but I'm on LBACs or FOLBA, whatever that is, and I want to be able to share this with my team members only. So then you could click and you guys could have your own picture and captions. It's very easy. You just click gallery. So it's a way to stay as a team, but also you can organize your own work. Another page I added was fundraiser of the month. Again, if you guys have a fundraiser you're working on, you could share all the info there so every team member can see it and have it, or staff member. And then this is one of my favorites, outside helpful organizations. So again, this page was so easy. I just clicked, added a table, put the header and all that in. And these are just examples. So you could have a running list of shelters that you work with, rescues, fosters, vet clinics or help, training or behavior help with animals, whatever it is. And this is a one-stop shop. So you can go back and just look and be like, oh yeah, we worked with them once. I forgot about them. And then a last section, if there's something urgent you want to post, or that you want other team members to know, or you need reminders, whatever that is. And what's cool is, say you've got someone named Katie who's either on your team or on another page. You can tag her. So when she logs in, there's no Katie here, obviously. There's a Brittany, because that's me. When you tag someone, they'll get a notification next time they log in to Notion that they were tagged on something, so it can direct them to go look somewhere. Last one I had was bookkeeping. So again, I just thought these would be good things to have. You could store meeting notes in a very organized way. You could share those success stories. You literally just click and we did it, blah, 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 blah. So every team member could have access to this. So you guys could just keep each other updated and keep that morale going. There's a task list. So say you want to, take Fig on a walk. You could literally work with that. It's whatever you want to do. And then a notes page to share thoughts and ideas. So again, Notion is very easy. It's just a web-based platform where you can work as a team, or if you don't want to work as a team, this might help you individually, your nonprofit. If you kind of have organizational issues, this could be a great one-stop shop. And you make it what you want. It's very easy. You literally just click and type and choose. You can watch a few YouTube videos on it if you need to. It's so easy how it works. And then you can also just view settings. So this would be the link. You could send it to people, but only members are able to actually kind of control what goes on the page. So I'm a member, quote unquote. You can set access level settings. You could send this link just to guests. And again, it's $10 a month per member. And then there's certain ways to send the link to just individuals in case you want to send a link to volunteers for the social media updates or whatever that looks like. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope maybe it's bringing some light bulb moments to some of you. And it's definitely worth looking into. You can do it for free. Like this right now I have for free. I haven't paid anything yet because it's just an idea. No one's committed to this. But you can go in and play for it yourself. If you have a social media person that you work with, or if you don't, it's very easy. Just go on notion.com, make a login and play around with it. You could set up what you would like to set up. And then if you think it's going to add value, then great. And if it's not, then, maybe in the future it will. So I just really wanted to share this out of my kindness of my heart. I hope it was received well, and I hope maybe it's able to help some of you guys continue your work or even be better at it, because it is for the animals at the end of the day. So if this helped you, I'd love to hear from you. Again, I'm not an expert in this, but I wanted to just put it out there so you guys could have the option of knowing something that I think could be helpful for you, for your work, and something maybe exciting. So thanks for listening. Thank you for all you do. And I hope you have a great day.